Good afternoon, it's me, Tiswa T, and I'm going to show you how I made $70,000 from a sports bet account in about 6 months and how you might be able to too. All right, let's get into it. Sweet, so here's the account, right? Now this account was opened in 8th of October. Oh, first we should go why we're doing this, all right? First for clout, I tip. So it's good to show some, fruits of the labor, so to speak. And I'm not so stupid as to think, this is a massive amount of money. But I know that, $70,000 profit could help a lot of people. Even though I do know there's guys out there that are betting, 50,000 a race, no worries. But those guys aren't out here showing other people how to do it, right? And I am. So here we go. So we had an opening balance of $0 in 2016, deposits of 6,000, and withdrawals of 79,000. So that was pretty good, So this account got restricted. We should probably start with that. So that's a thing that can happen when you're betting, all right? So if you start winning a lot betting certain markets, a bookmaker might decide not to take your bet. So this is where we come to, this is a principle. Write this down actually. You want to be pragmatic, all right? You want to manage your ego in a way that, you're not so important as to, if I call them, they'll let me bet again. No, that's not how it works. They're there to make money, and you want to make that your goal too. So if you get restricted from betting basketball and you'd like to place those wagers, but then you need to be pragmatic and you need to act, like just be practical about it. So you might know someone, they're like, as long as they're trustworthy, you can call them. So, you want to maneuver a little bit. You want to maneuver. So I might call them, I say, Malo uso, why? And then they'll tell me some stuff like, we'll chat back and forward. I was, hey bro, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. And then I'll tell them, look, man, we can make some money betting. This is how we're going to do it. ABC, 1, 2, 3. Now, the person you call has to be a trustworthy person. And then, you just roll from there. But that's how I deal with that. Whenever I can't bet now, well, I'm not going to stop, right? Because I want the money. So there's no excuses in that way. So in a way, you just want to be pragmatic in your approach. And if you're a pussy or you got nothing inside you to keep going, well, this isn't for you. Sorry to say, but like most things in life aren't going to be for you if you're a pussy or you've got nothing inside you. That's just the truth. Yeah, sweet. So that's the first. So yeah, there's the stats anyway. Deposit 6,000, withdrawal 79,000. So pretty good, like I said. And now we're going to get into it a little bit about the first fact is knowing yourself. So I want to show you through. What's that other stuff? You spent 300,000. So I turned over the money quite a bit and won 300,000 and lost 180. So net result 120. I'm not sure. Something's not adding up there, but I know I ended up with at least the 79 in my account. So that's good, right? So we're going to start off at the start, okay? So 29th of October, 2016. So I got a family, right? And my daughter was born around that time. So I was pretty broke, right? So I deposited $100, but bearing in mind, I didn't really know how to bet at this time. And I had a bet on Kyrie Irving, $6 to score the first basket at the New York Knicks. Now that wager lost. I had a multi, lost. 3-leg multi, lost. And then, that was me out of the game until June 2018. Deposit $33 and I bet on Queensland. Nice. Up the Maroons. Lost, right? So, but when I look at it, and I don't deposit again till January 2019. So it's just showing me I didn't try to bet money that I didn't have looking back at that time, because you can't do this without some sort of capital or bankroll. So I think at that time I had to buy a car buy a house. You know, I had like different priorities that had to get like taken care of, which most people, they can appreciate too. Rent or mortgage. Most people have those expenses. You know, the super elite or wealthy don't, but they probably won't be watching this video because they've already got their bread, right? This is just the way that everyday folk can make some money. So yeah, we'll scroll down, and then so some of these bets are like I think I was betting on college basketball, just having a crack, just 2019. Maybe I had a bit more money then. But yeah, nothing big, you know, $18, $20, $30, something like that. $15. It's not much, just winning, losing, winning, losing. I started betting on like New Zealand basketball, so I'm probably seriously trying to win there because I do have an edge and can bet into those markets and win. But at this, bearing in mind, I was a very novice. I didn't know anything of this at that time. And then just keep going down, keep going down. Oh, I deposited 500. I must have been cashed up. Yeah, so it's just like 2019. I'm just learning the ropes. I was probably just learning how to actually operate the sports bet sort of like, you know, just the app and this and that. But yeah, I was betting a lot of college basketball. I remember why. So I would go home from work in the morning. Sometimes I'll finish night shift or whatever, and then I'll go there and I'll watch some of the games. I really enjoyed watching it, and I was keeping up with some of the teams. So that may be why I was betting on this stuff. But anyway, I was priming the account. That's what they call that. If you're losing, you call it priming the account. It's not the worst. All right, so the 2019, you know, a few pages of bets. I'm trying to get to the part where it turns serious now. Okay, cool. So 2020, there was this thing called New Zealand NBL, but they had it, and all of the games were played in Auckland, and all the teams stayed there. And yeah, it was an opportunity to make some money. So that's what I did. I was betting there, Unibet. I was betting a few places and did well off it. So that was good. But that was all right. And then this is where it turns serious, okay? So NBA, 2020 NBA. Here we go. Same game multis. And as you can see, if we look at, this is the stake here, $35, 35, 40, 38. So it's the third from the right. So they're not large bets, right? I'm just making small bets on same game multis. So this is what I bet on nowadays too. So part of knowing yourself is knowing what you're good at and what you can win on, and that's what I win at. Not every single day. Now that's why I'm going to show this video too. So if you look at the column on the far right, you know, that amount in there is not that big, so it's 35 into 238, and then it goes down a bit, comes back up a bit. But see, I'm just betting these same game multis, and I had to deposit again there, 120, and then boom, run it up to 1,000, and it goes down a bit. But the idea here is that based on my style, how I bet, I'm not going to win every single bet. I know some cappers out there, they might bet sides and totals. They're going to win, if they're really good, they might win 60% of their bets, right? I'm not going to win anything close to 60% of my bets. But the key is the odds that we're playing at. So we might be playing at 5, 4, 7, $10, 3, 6, 8, you know, like that kind of odds range. And that's where we're trying to win at that price to boost up our bankroll. So yeah, this is a real key. This is a second key. So the first is just knowing yourself, knowing what money you have to spend, and knowing what you're good at and what you're not so good at. And then the second part is structure, discipline, and managing money. Now, looking at this account, this was sort of a foreign idea to me at that time. I'm much better at it now, but so we can look. So we had, you know, 1,500 in the account, let's say, on the 5th of August, and then we're betting $50 a pop. They're $50 shots, pop. What's 50 times 30 will be about 1,500. So if I lost 30 bets in a row, I'll be straight out of the game at that kind of a rate, which is whatever, that's okay. That's what I was doing. And then yeah, but if you look at this right column here, we're on 1,500, and now it's gone down to 800. But I never personally, I never was like, oh man, I've only got 800. At least I got 800, you know what I mean? And it goes back again to the first one. I could afford to lose whatever's in there. It doesn't matter. So in that way, um, I was always going to win. I think as long as I'm good at doing what I was doing, which I was, and not stupid with the money. So then, yeah, we're still betting 50s. Had a win. Account went back up. Went back down to 1,000. Up, down, up, down. Boom. Now we had a few more wins. Now it's up to 2,100, 2,400. If you're looking on that right column, keep your eyes on that right column. And then, man, what was I betting? Esports. I don't know what I was up to that day. But yeah, anyway, so it's gone up to like 2,300. Just still betting those, betting the same game multis, $50, $50, $50, $50. That was the tactic, or that was the strategy. It's going up, it's going down, it's up to 2,300. But the idea I'm getting across here is that whenever I lost, I never quit. I just kept going, and then ended up winning because that's how I am. Now, if you don't have an edge or you don't know what you're doing, you should quit. But if you know what you're doing, like me, you should just keep going. It'll be like, if the 96 Bulls were losing at halftime, so they left the game. No, they just keep playing till the end. That's all there is to it. Yeah, so, but as you can see, just from this account, like it's going up, it's going down, it's going up, it's going down, and then bang. So we were up to 2,100 off a deposit of like about 100, right? Just playing that $50, $50, $50. Now this is a real significant win for me personally, so I'm going to talk about it a bit more because this is sort of what set me to go from there to do whatever the hell I want forever probably. So on the 15th of August 2020, this is where I'll let you in on some basketball betting stuff, right? 15th of August 2020, I bet on the Philadelphia 76ers to win by 31 plus at $301 versus the Houston Rockets. And it was a bonus bet too. They gave me bonus cash back in these days. So that was a $15,000 win. Now that was a lot of money to me at that time. By far, because we looked at the wins I'd already had, was like about 1,000 was the very best, or maybe somewhere around that range. But to win 15,000 was like, wow, man, shit, I won 15,000. Now this is how I did it. Okay, so this is like real straightforward tactic, right? So I was across the player news, okay, and Mike D'Antoni, who was the coach of the Rockets at the time, said they would rest James Harden in the second half. Now, I knew that James Harden at this time was one of the very best players in the NBA, and he had a huge impact. And not only would they be resting Harden, the Rockets would be resting the rest of their starting five as well. Now, if you think about it, there's a huge range of results between the 12th best player on a roster, the two 12th best players on a roster. Like their best performances can be NBA level, and their worst can be like bad. They're playing in the Aussie NBL. They're just not even that. Like in Czechoslovakia or something, they're missing a ton of shots, turning the ball over, not playing any defense. Like, so although they're at a very elite level, the difference between the top 50 players and the top 450 players can actually be quite huge. You look at, so for example, Bryce Cotton, he kills in the Aussie NBL. 40 points, he can score it easy, but then he doesn't play in the NBA. And you say, oh, personal preference. It's not personal preference. It's because they got guys that can do it much, much better. I'm just trying to illustrate the gap between a player like Prime Harden and then whoever their 12th man is. It's not going to be close to what that is. So that's going to lead to a huge drop-off in performance. And then as it happened, the 76ers smoked them. So Houston was set as to where they could be. The coaches come out and said, the starters aren't playing the second half. So I knew straight away there's a chance that this game goes sideways and the 76ers just killed him. And then that's just what happened. I was cheering home guys like Raul Neto and Mario Shayok and a few other guys from the 76ers, they got run and they secured it for us. They secured it for me, and yeah. So I'm grateful to them. Way to go, Raul Neto. You're one of my favorite players ever. So yeah, that's that 15 racks. And yeah, from then it just keeps going, right? So I took out 7,500. That's the next part. I think I needed some money. I think I wanted solar for my house, or I'm not sure. I can't really remember, but I see a lot of people. Oh, don't take the money out until the account's restricted and this and that. Man, do whatever you want. The account's gonna get restricted at some point in time. Either way, either it's now or later. You're gonna come to the same conclusion. If you're winning and you're good, that's just how that's gonna be, and you just need to make yourself comfortable with that scenario. And then yeah, so I was still betting. It looks like I was betting on horses and stuff here, but still the unit size was $50, so I'm not really chipping up too much. Still $50 bets, 50, 50, 50. So now if you got say 9,000 in an account and you're betting $50, you've got about 180 shots at it. If you go 0 and 180, you're going to be up. But that's back to that thing: structure, discipline, managing money. That's what that's about, right? So yeah, the other thing I want you to notice, I'm just going to scroll down. So we're going up, we're going down. 8,000, 7,000. The money's going down now. It's going down to 6, but I'm still betting, right? I still got my strategy. Oh look, I'm betting 100 a pop now. So I'm, more money. I can bet more. Made another withdrawal, 5,500. So it's down to 1,500, but I'm still betting 100. I'm not sure what happened there, but whatever. That's how I was doing it, how I wanted to play. Good for me. And this account's going down, right? It was going up, going down, went down to 400. Boom, hit a few winners, up to 1,500. The main idea I'm trying to get across is, even though I was winning, I wasn't winning every single bet, and I wasn't necessarily winning every single day. It's just the overall scenario was, we were moving forward with it. Then I was betting some player props, $50 pops. It's going up, it's going down, it's going up, it's going down. And I'm guessing it will just go in that same manner for a while, but if I'll just make a big scroll, 20 pages, and I look to the right. Oh, now I'm back up to 7 racks. I don't know how I did it, but it's still the $50 pops, 50, 50, 50, 50. If I was a bit smarter at this time, this one, it could have been a lot more money if I was chipping up and just really going for it. That's another key factor, all right? You make hay while the sun shines. So you take your opportunities while you got them, but I'm not going to cry about it. I only did the best that I knew how to do. And then, yeah, so those are all just $50 pops. I don't know. I probably should have, 50 out of, again, 8 grand. I've got enough to go a bit harder than that, but you live and you learn. I'll just make another scroll down. Now it's up to like 17 racks because I'm still going for it. And some of them I put like 400 on. Okay, sweet. So I'm sharpening up a bit. Yeah, so that was that. But again, the same idea is that a lot of these bets are going to lose, but it's what you got inside you, never to be like, to give up. If you've got something inside you and you're good, the other thing is you have to have talent and hard work. Talent and hard work, and then the rest of it will come. After that, it's just like picking money up off the ground if you got the talent and the hard work. So I'm not suggesting everyone try and bet basketball player props, but whatever you know about, or you've put the time and energy and resource into figuring the things out, that's what you want to bet on. Otherwise, you can just pay me and I'll send you the numbers. And yeah, so it's just going up and down and up and down, up and down and up and down. But same kind of deal. I'm still betting $50 even though I had 12 racks. That's not like the best in my opinion. I should probably be betting more. Oh, 275 there, 334. Tripping up a bit, but probably not enough. Not enough so as to what they're giving me, right? Like, man, they're just giving me the red carpet treatment, letting me bet whatever I want. So bet on G-Tra, Bet on some random horses, you know. I don't know how I went, probably rubbish. I bet on Gio Saka, that's soccer. So that counts down by, I think, probably from a withdrawal. Or I could have lost it potentially, but probably from a withdrawal. And then we just keep going down. We just keep going down. The count's going back up. I did some serious work on this. What's it called? State of Origin. I bet on this guy Harry Grant. This is 2020, right? Like he was just sort of coming through, real good hooker, and he scored a few tries, I think. And those were some significant wins for me. Man, where is it? Well, maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't score a try. I could be wrong. Nah, he did it. There it is, Harry Grant. At $2, so it's plus 1,000. At $5, it's plus 1,500. At Queensland to win. Big Queensland man I am. And then yeah, the same game OT at $31, 100 on. So that got me up to like 14 racks. I remember that day because we were at work just cheering at home. Harry Grant, I was so happy. I was telling the lads, get on Harry Grant, but no one listened to me. That's good, man. Too easy, man. He's going to just pick one up and barge over. Just like that. Harry Grant. What a legend. Then, yeah, I was just betting some other rubbish. Newcastle versus Chelsea EPL. What do I know about that? Really, nothing. But then, yeah, there's a withdrawal, $150, I think, or yeah, $150. But yeah, we'll scroll to the bottom. But you get the idea. The main thing I want to get across here, there's a few main, pieces of information. Number one, know yourself. Number two, structure, discipline, managing money. Number three, managing your ego. So you're not that important. You're not that important in this. The main thing that's important is finding a price, doing the work. Just, be confident, but stay humble and do the work. And then bet. Or don't bet. If the price is bad, don't bet. But yeah, that's one. And then, some of the emotions you don't want is like jealousy, envy, greed. For example, those guys that bet 50,000 a race, I'm not in their crew, so it's not really any use of me being jealous of them because I don't do that. I don't do what they do, but they can't do what I do. So I'll just do what I do, and then I'm gonna eat. It's the same as like I had this guy. He was like, "Oh, can you send me some slips of what you're betting, like so that I can see that you bet?" And I'm like, "Why? Why can't you're not going to get any of the money? Just do you want to buy or not? Because if you buy, you'll be able to bet for yourself and you'll probably make some money. You don't need to worry about me. I'm not giving you any of mine." But that's just why some people are going to stay in their place, because it's too much. They're asking the wrong questions. They're asking things that's not going to progress them. So be selfish in a way. Worry about yourself. Worry about making money. And yeah, that's it. But other than that, man, this has been a long chat. It's been good. Just having a look. I had Bucks to win the championship. Nice, good on me. I must have had 200 on at sevens, or maybe 250, something like that. And then there was one significant withdrawal. I'm just trying to find it so we can see. So the balance on the right side is 0, but where is it, man? So I deposited 400 there, deposit 600, deposit 1,000. There, 29 racks. That would have been the largest withdrawal. That was when the account was restricted. But it came to an end, what's that, 15th of the 1st. So that's a hell of a run, man. August, September. Then NBA was off, I think. So October, November, December, January. Yeah, that's about a 6-month run for 70 racks. So not bad. Good account. Real good account. It's not to say that's not achievable anywhere else now either. So yeah, all the best. Catch you later.